time. And it's just going to be something that the rest of those youngsters are going to be able to look forward to and work on, and be hungry for. So awesome place to be. I know that we need to continue to keep playing our game against any Florida team, and really show that we should be here consistently.
What did you say to your team immediately after the game?
I just told them I was proud of them. I said, I know this hurts, but you guys have to remember, you set history. You've had such a remarkable season. We've done things that haven't been done before at UCF. We've done things that haven't been done here for a while, and they should be proud of that. Aaliyah White, I mean, she just had an incredible career, and to get us into this game on Sunday, I mean, it's huge. And we've got some people that are able to return next year, and you've got also Jazz and Kira that had incredible seasons this year. And so it's something to be really proud of. They left us better than they found us, because when they came in, the program hadn't been to regional since their freshman year or before their freshman year. So it's a great place to be. And we had so many talented youngsters that got to watch them do their thing, learn from them, and learn how to push the program a little bit more each year. So I was just proud of them, and that's what I told them. And I couldn't thank them enough for an awesome year and, being able to be a part of it.
Let's talk a little bit more about the pitching. Aaliyah and G, they gave you enough to win this game.
They sure did. They pitched lights out the entire weekend. And with teams like that swing big, I mean, Aaliyah shutting out Kennesaw State yesterday. They're a great hitting team. They probably are one of the better hitting teams in this regional. So just to see that, and then, see us be able to come back and force Florida State to, score runs on the blue pit and a ground ball to second base, like they didn't truly beat us. It was just game of inches, 2 more feet, we probably catch that pop up, and shoot, the throw being a little bit higher, maybe we get the girl at the plate. So I love that. It wasn't up to a miss pitch and a home run or anything like that. Like, I love how we played. I love how we executed when they missed the squeeze. I love the pitch called when we knew that the squeeze was coming. We were expecting it anyway. So I just think I can't ask any more for them. It's just like a game of inches that didn't go our way, but we continue to keep doing what we're doing. And like Denali said, we hadn't always played to our potential all year long. And so we're going to learn moving forward that that's something that we have to do. And that's what these seniors left us with, is like, no regret, play with no regret day in and day out.
A great year, 41 wins, the 7th most in program history, 3 wins over against top 5 teams, 2 wins against Florida, the first UCF team to ever do that, a win over Arizona, ranked in the top 25, top 5 league, 3 teams in the league for the American. I spoke to Coach Bredbender and Coach Erickson after their post games last night, and they both asked me right away, how's UCF doing? And other coaches and other regionals are asking me, how are they a 3 seed? Just there's the respect is there internally. I think everybody that follows the game, but Coach Bredbender has even said, we need to get rid of this 400-mile radius rule here, because we can win ball games in regionals and instead of being busing to difficult places.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, first off, like, to the 3 seed, I mean, I think that we continue to put ourselves in this position that we're going to get the respect that we deserve. And I think that's just kind of a, some people might think, oh, it's a one-off. Well, last year and this year, it's not a one-off. We're going to continue, to be punching at the door, kicking at the door, whatever we need to do, scratching, gnawing, whatever we need to do. But our conference is showing very strong. I mean, we had all 3 of our teams that got in are in the championship game. I think Wichita State's still battling with Oklahoma, and I think they're ahead right now. I mean, it's just awesome. You've got USF and Cork throwing a no-hitter to a Big 12 team. Like, it doesn't matter who we're playing. Our conference is consistently dominating the Power 6. And that's what I love about our conference. And that's what prepared us for this regional. You know, we didn't come into this regional completely, completely overpowered, because we had been prepared with one of the best pitchers in the nation, Coric and Lang, you know? So that's why we were able to knock the Auburn lefty out. Like, you know, we've already seen this, been there, done that. So that's what's so awesome about our conference and where we're going. And, you know, we've got great coaches in our conference that are pushing, and we're not letting down. We are very excited to push into, you know, top 3, top 4 conferences in the nation. And that's our goal when we meet as coaches at the beginning, middle, and end of the year.
And there's a bond there. Like, I mean, both of the coaches, that was the first question when I reached out to in the post game. They're like, how are they doing? There's a bond there with the whole league to root for each other. I mean, to have this is every year since the American has existed, they've had at least one team in the regional final. And, you know, there was that other conference in the West Coast that was chirping about some things, but the American, I think, play with a chip on their shoulder too, to get that national respect you're talking about. Top 5 conference. We're one of the top conferences in the sport.
Absolutely. And you talk about that bond, like, what's so awesome is they're fun, competitive games while we're on the field against each other. And we have major respect. Like the 3 coaches, you know, myself and the other 2 coaches that played this weekend, you know, we have incredible respect for each other, but we love to kick each other's, you know, tails on the field. And I think that's what makes me respect them even more is, you know, it doesn't matter if you're friends or not. Like once the game starts, in between the lines, I'll brush you off the plate. And that's kind of the mentality that the American has. Like, I don't care who we're facing. The opponent doesn't have a face or a name. It's the game of softball. And so, you know, they talk about UCF and our program being fierce, but I think that does come built up from our conference as well. But again, we're doing the same thing. We're like, how are they doing? How are they doing? Continue to keep checking in. And the coaches have been great. You know, we've been checking in with each other and texting each other and, you know, pumping each other up. And so it's fun to have that support and have those people, you know, in your corner for you, especially when maybe the rest of the world isn't. You know, the last out, Haley Bejarano is up. And I'm like, I want one kid that's going to give me A swings every swing. And holy cow, did she. You know, but I stopped and I made sure, because sometimes I don't stay in the moment. I'm constantly like thinking of so many things. And I was just like, I kind of like teared up, and it wasn't because like, oh, this could be our last out. I look up and I see all these Florida State fans, you know, and they're doing their K cheer, which they've got incredible fans. And I see our 20 fans, UCF fans, just cheering as loud as they can and trying to be louder than all these Florida State fans. And I'm like, I wouldn't want it any other way. All those freaking arrows and whatever pointed towards us. And I'm just like, let's keep fighting. And that's what that's like Team 20 in a nutshell. And I think that comes from who we are as a program, as an institution, and our conference.
I think I might have asked you this in senior weekend, but what are some of the things you're going to remember most about this team and this season down the line?
I think one of the biggest things, because, you know, this started last year. Last year's team really put in the work. And I'm not saying that this team didn't work. This team, we were probably 1 through 27 more talented because of experience and, you know, just getting some other freshmen in. But last year is where we really, really put the work in. And we didn't know. And this year, what I learned as a coach is you have that work, you have that belief. And maybe sometimes you might think you're a little bit bigger than the game. And so we got to remember to be humble, but still be confident. And that was a big learning moment, I think, for our entire program, right? Like, okay, we've been there, we've done it, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to get in and lay the bunt down tomorrow. So nothing's bigger than that's why we say there are no small things. Nothing's bigger than the one small thing that gets the game moving. And that's something that I saw us start to realize this weekend is, all right, we got to get back to our fundamentals. And they did, you know, we got 2 situational hits in postseason. We didn't have, I mean, typically, how many hits total did we have in that game against Kennesaw State? I think it was under 10. And we had 2 clutch hits, and, that's all we needed. So we got to get back to some of those things as well.
Going into the conference tournament, you said that you had communicated to the team, act like you've been there before, only to have faces look at you like we haven't been there before. Now you have, and they have that experience. How valuable is each and every one of the moments of these games been to the building blocks for the future?
Oh, so it's huge. I was giving all the seniors hugs, and I thought, wait a minute, this is a good opportunity to talk to the freshmen. And there were 2 freshmen by the water cooler, Angelina DeVoe and Kennedy Searcy. And I thought, wow, like, what do you guys think? And they said, amazing. And I said, did you guys have fun? And they said, Angelina DeVoe is a gal of very few words, but when she speaks, wow, it's loud. And she goes, Coach Bear, fun is an understatement. So it was just hilarious. You got this 5'2" little gal just looking up at me saying that. And I said, so what do you guys think? And they said, we're ready to take on the torch. So, I mean, that's good stuff. We talk about like, okay, stay in the moment, play year to year. But again, this is like, we're building a program, and the best thing that we can, the best accomplishment that I can have as a coach is when those 3 or even all 11 seniors come back, they're proud to see their program and their alma mater continue to keep grinding and doing what they're doing. And so, that's the imprint that they put on these freshmen. And it was so fun to see just like that hunger in their eyes. And they're already going to play like juniors next year because, that's just the experience they got and the leadership they had. We had a kid that redshirted this year come up to us, the coaches, and said, hey, we're going to huddle up. And she said, you guys should be proud of what you've done with this program. And I'll just tell you, keep your chin up because next year's team's going to need you again. And it's like, whoa, you got to think about like, yeah, we did all these things, but we have these incredible human beings around us, like coaching us up now. So we're just in a really special point. And I get teary-eyed thinking like that was our last time together, but we're going to carry on these seniors and the seniors from last year even for years to come.
It's a special group, not only on the field, but off the field. I mean, people really don't understand what this team had to go through off the field with COVID protocols and everything like that. And no games were lost due to COVID, no pauses within the program. It speaks to the discipline and the character of this group. And 3 super seniors in particular, obviously all the seniors are great, but 3 in particular, Aaliyah, Kira, Jazz, it's going to be a little strange not to see them in the lineup card next year.
Oh, you're telling me. I mean, those have been my go-to 3 since I've gotten here. So I agree, and I think we have 2 of them in grad school. So I think they're going to stick around a little bit. And I know Jazz is headed off to grad school back in California and wants to continue working with the softball team if she can while she's doing that. So it is going to be different. But again, like I said, we're going to still carry them on, and you're going to see little things in them, like Kennedy Searcy and Katie Burge they remember Kira and they remember what she's done. And so they know what it looks like. It's not something that's like, oh, an idea. They actually had a physical example in front of them. And I truly believe that they're going to carry that on.
We didn't make the adjustments as fast as we could. I think we had another inning. It might be a little bit different because you saw us starting to barrel up some balls there. But yeah, she pitched a great game, and we almost had it.
What were some of the things that FSU was doing to kind of frustrate you today and also yesterday?
I don't know if frustrate's the right word, just because, we're really used to the failures of this game. But they definitely, they went all the way around the plate. She worked the outside corner, had a rise and a drop. And then sometimes they would come in and get you inside, it's very difficult, as a batter, because it's not as predictable as some pitchers may be. So I think that was the only thing. We already knew what kind of hitting team they were, good defense and everything. So nothing came as a surprise, but yeah, just a good team overall.
Take us into the locker room after the game. What were the emotions and what did coach say to you and your teammates?
Yeah, we just kind of congratulated each other on a good season. And, this team did a lot more than teams have in the past. And I think that really says something for our seniors and anyone that, was on the team last year that wasn't able to compete. It shows a lot into everything that we've been working on. And the emotions, obviously, I mean, we've been through a lot with each other. So emotions were high, and we're losing some pretty good players. So it was definitely emotional.
You mentioned that special group, and you can relate. You were part of in travel ball of a national championship, so you know what it's like. This team is pretty special to you, too. This is a team you're going to remember throughout your life, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Team XX, Team XIX, both of those teams. I mean, obviously I'll remember all my teams, but to go this far with the team, it's something that, you just don't forget soon. So definitely.
Looking into the future, what are going to be some of the things you most remember about this season?
We had a lot of adversity that we had to overcome outside of the team, within the team, that we all really brought together when it counted. Postseason, we all really just realized, we're here for each other. It's do or die now. And so all of those distractions just kind of left our head. But I'll definitely remember this team is different than most teams I've played on. Everyone, I feel like we really trust each other at the end, and just kind of goofed around a lot, and also got it done when it came to it. Had a lot of leadership on the team.
It had been a while since UCF had been in NCAA tournament play. What did this team prove by its run this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was about time that it's going to happen. I think that this kind of proves that UCF it's not just the team, it's the program. We're building something here. So I think us making it to the regional finals, it shows our conference is getting better, our team's getting better, and our program's getting better.
41 wins, regional final for beating Florida twice, 3 wins over the top 5. It's a good way to send off some of the seniors, especially the super seniors, Aaliyah, Jasmine, and that center fielder, Kira, quite well.
Yeah, definitely. I wish we could have gotten that one more for them, one more Florida team. But yeah, it's awesome to be able to reach our potential at those games. I think if we stayed at that potential, it would have been a completely different season because we got a lot of talent on this team. We just didn't always use it at the same time. But yeah, but playing with Kira, that's something I'm definitely gonna miss.